Good day, class. This is Ma'am Renz, and welcome to Science Time. We are now on Quarter 4, Module 1, Digestive Bodies. For our most essential learning competencies, we have to explain ingestion, absorption, assimilation, and excretion. And these are the following objectives. Describe the functions of each organ of the digestive system and trace the pathway of food through the digestive tract. Appreciate how digestive organs work together to carry out digestion of food and assimilation of nutrients. C. Illustrate how digestive processes take place in the interaction with the circulatory, respiratory, and excretory system. So let's start. So we have here this diagram, and we have to answer the major organs, body system, and function. Now the major organs are already drawn on the diagram on the left side, while the body system we have here on the right side. Choices are digestive, excretory, nervous, respiratory, and circulatory system. The functions are already given based on the choices on the boxes, on the box rather. So, let's start with the large intestine. So, this is digestive system. And the function of this large intestine is to absorb water from the remaining indigestible food matter and removes waste from the body. So, yung remaining indigestible, ibig sabihin yung hindi natunaw. Okay? So, dun siya mapupunta. And also, nag-absorb siya ng water. So, it's very important that we drink water. Next, number 2. This drawing on the diagram is heart. Under circulatory system, the function pumps blood, supplies oxygen and nutrients throughout the body. Number 3, liver. This is digestive. It makes the bile, carry away waste, and break down fats. Number 4, brain. Now, this is under nervous system, central nervous system, because it processes information it receives from the senses and body. So, siya yung tumatanggap ng mga information sa lahat ng parts ng ating body. Siya din yung tumatanggap ng mga senses. Siya din yung nagpapadala ng mga hormones in order to respond to anything that our body do. Next, number 5, kidney. So, this is under excretory system because it removes waste products and excess fluids from the body. Number 6, lungs. Under respiratory system, the function is to take in oxygen and removes carbon dioxide from the body. Remember that we only need oxygen. Okay? So, yung carbon dioxide, dapat siyang ilabas. Yun naman ang tinitake ng mga plants. And vice versa, yun ang kailangan ng plants, maglalabas naman ng plants ng oxygen. Next, 7, stomach. This is digestive system. Function, breakdown of food by contraction of muscle layers with the aid of enzymes. So, yung mga enzymes na yan, marami yan na itatakal natin later. Let's move on. Okay, so what is the main job of digestive system? So this digestive system main job is to break down ingested food mechanically and chemically into absorbable nutrient molecules and to absorb molecules needed by the body into the bloodstream and elimination of any indigestible remains. So, isa-isahin natin. Ang ginagawa ni digestive system, dudurugin muna niya yung isinubo mong pagkain. Mechanically, meaning may paggalaw. And chemically, meaning may kasamang mga enzymes, chemicals sa loob or different parts ng ating digestive organs. Para saan? Para yung natunaw na pagkain via mechanically and chemically ay maabsorb. Okay? Hindi naman kasi yung mansanas na kinain natin yung kailangan ng sele, kundi yung sustansya na meron dun sa mansanas na yun or any food that we eat. So, dapat ma-convert siya into absorbable nutrient molecules. Okay? And, pag na-absorb na yung molecules na yun na kailangan ng body, dadaan yun sa ating bloodstream via the red blood cells. So, dadali siya sa ating bloodstream. So, meron ng nagaganap na team between digestive system and circulatory system. So, teammates kasi ang mga yan. And then, yung mga hindi naman kailangan ng ating katawan, yung mga hindi natunaw, okay, ay ilalabas naman ng ating katawan. Okay? Via digestive system in coordination with excretory system. So, yung mga different system ng ating katawan ay tumutulong kay digestive system. So, teammates sila. And later on, we will find out how. Now, let's watch this first.
And with her new teeth, she can take on. The food enters the small intestine, an 11-foot coil of tube where we absorb most of the nutrients. The interior wall of the small intestine is lined with millions of microscopic projections called villi. These increase the surface area of the gut, making it easier to absorb nutrients. First, the pancreas pumps out a juice that neutralizes stomach acid. Then bile from the liver breaks down the fats into tiny droplets. Smaller droplets are easier for the intestine to absorb. After an hour and a half, the small intestine has absorbed most of the nutrients from the food. It's time for what remains to move on.
Ayan. So, nakita natin yung process na kung saan mula sa mouth papunta sa isa pang opening na tinatawag na anus ay lumabas yung isinubong pagkain nung bata. Pero bago ilabas nung baby yung food, madami siyang mga different digestive organs na dinaanan. And at the same time, iba-ibang processes yung kinailangan para yung food na kinain ni baby ay unti-unting maabsorb at magamit ng ating katawan bago siya tuluyan lumabas. So, isa-isahin natin siya. Okay, by the way, meron dun pinakita na ganitong itsura, no? So, yung mga maliliit na itsurang taste buds sa tang natin, okay, ay hindi siya sa tang, ha? Ang tawag dyan ay villi. So, makikita yan sa ating small intestine. It absorbs nutrients. So, ganyan ang itsura niya kapag pinasok ng camera ang ating intestine. Okay, so let's start with the food that we eat. So this would be the pathway. From the food that we eat, it will become bolus. Kasi nginuya na eh. Okay? So, pag nginuya mo na yung pagkain, magto-turn to be bolus once na haluan na siya ng saliva. And then, it will turn into chyme kapag pumasok na siya sa ating stomach. Okay? Doon marami na mga acid na magmimix kasama yung yung bolus na nasa stomach, kaya magiging chyme na siya. And then later on, kapag na-process na siya ng ating small intestine, large intestine, together with the different gastric juices, para ma-process yung food that we eat, the nutrients that our body needed, magiging feces na siya, which will be excreted dun sa anus natin. Yun yung nakita natin na process dun sa food, okay, sa pathway ng food doon sa baby. So, saan ba natin or anong part ng ating digestive system ang ninunguya yung food or chinuchew yung food? So, it all starts with the mouth. And then, yung chyme, okay, na may mixture ng different acids, sa stomach naman yon. By the way, yung mouth natin, naglalabas ng saliva, okay, via the salivary glands. Kaya meron tayong mga salivary enzymes, okay, tumutulong siya mag-break down ng food. And then, bago siya pumunta sa stomach, and then yung stomach naman, maglalabas siya ng mga acids na kailangan para mas matunaw pa. And then, it will go to the small and large intestine. Then, later on, maiimbak sa rectum yung stool. Then, lalabas siya sa anus via feces. Ayan. So, sa rectum siya naiimbak yung feces. And then, lalabas siya sa anus. Do not forget that when we chew the food, the process is called mastication. So, chewing or mastication. And then, the mixing of the food together with the different acids in the stomach, so yung mixing na nagaganap doon is what we call churning. So, that's the process. Okay, next. Ayan. Remember that in our mouth, sabi nga natin kanina, yung food turn into bolus. Siyempre, bago pumunta yung bolus sa stomach, may dadaanan siyang another pathway, digestive organ to. It's called esophagus. Then, meron tayong maririnig na muscle movement, yung tumutunog-tunog. It's because the esophagus contracts. Yung food na, or yung bolus na dumadaan sa esophagus, because esophagus is a muscle, magkocontract yan para itulak pababa yung food o yung bolus. So, may tutunog-tunog dyan na muscle. Yung movement na yon tinatawag na peristalsis. Okay? So, yung food natin, o kaya yung water, pag iniinom natin, di ba, may tunog na blah, 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 ganan. So, yung movement na yon ng muscle, peristalsis yun. Kaya may tunog-tunog tayo naririnig. Okay. Now, we have two types of digestion. First one is the physical or mechanical digestion, which includes broken down of food into small pieces. So, dudurugin lang siya into small pieces. And then, dudurugin ulit. So, paulit-ulit lang siya. Dudurugin into small pieces, dudurugin into small pieces. Mechanical nga or physical. Pero hindi lang doon nagtatapos yun. Kailangan may tumulong na mga chemicals. So, we have the chemical digestion. It takes place when the food is changed into new form. Sabi ko nga kanina, kung mansanas yung kinain mo, hindi naman yun yung kailangan ng katawan. Ang kailangan niya, yung mabago yung itsura nun para maging absorbable. Pag naging absorbable na yung nutrients na nakuha dun sa food na kinain natin, that's the time that we can assimilate the nutrients. Assimilate means magamit. Okay? Next, pag na-change na yung food into new form, yung food magiging final form for the cell to use. Okay? So, yung mga pagkain na kinakain natin, ano yan may mga different sources. Say, for example, yung rice na kinain natin. Ang final form niyan, syempre, dapat maging carbohydrates, no? Actually, hindi pa nga carbohydrates yung final form nun, kundi glucose. Yung glucose na yun yung pinakamaliit na form ng nutrient na yun or yung molecules ng carbohydrates. Yun na yung final form na yun na glucose, yun na yung gagamitin ng ating cell. So, absorbable na siya para sa katawan. Yun na yung absorb ng katawan, yun na yung gagamitin ng katawan sa iba't ibang bahagi. So, we have here what we call complete and incomplete digestive system. Since we are higher form of mammals, we have two opening, the mouth and the anus. So, the food enters the mouth, passes to the long tube, and exit as feces through the anus. So, pag may dalawang butas, mouth and anus, you have complete digestive system. Most animals, yung mga higher forms of animals, have two openings. Okay? Complete undigestive system nila. However, there are some, especially lower forms of organisms, there's only one opening, and this is called incomplete digestive system. So, organisms having this kind of system can eat and defecate with their mouth, which is also their anus. So, yung bunganga nila ay anus nila. Yung anus nila, bunganga nila. So, maswerte tayo kahit papano. Alam natin kung alin yung tututbasyan natin at yung huhugasan natin ng sabon, di ba? Unlike sa ibang organism, mouth nila, yun din yung anus nila, di ba? So, isipin nyo na lang kung paano yun. Now, dun sa video na pinakita natin kanina sa bata, meron tayo dong pathways, 'di ba? May mga dinaanan tayong parts ng digestive system na kung saan yung food ay na-process. So, we have different kinds of digestion processes. Tandaan nyo lang ang acronym na IDEI. I-D-A-E-E, IDEI. Ano yun? So, we have 5 different digestion processes. First is ingestion. Second is digestion. Third, absorption. Fourth, assimilation. 5, egestion. So, IDEI, I-D-A-A-E. So, balik muna tayo dun sa this one. Sorry. Ingestion. Ingestion means taking in food. Kapag isinubo mo na yung pagkain, you chew it via mastication or chewing, ayan, tas naging bolus, that's the process where you take in food. And it's called ingestion. Okay? So, meron na dyan yung nagte-takes place yung saliva para matulungan yung food na maging bolus. So, nandyan na rin si physical and mechanical digestion kasi nginunguya mo siya in a process called chewing or mastication. And then, nilunok mo siya via the esophagus, nagkaroon ng peristalsis, ingestion pa din yun. Pumunta siya sa stomach, nagmix siya doon ng mga acid via churning, yun yung process, churning, para yung bolus maging chyme. Ingestion pa din yun. So, next, nandun na siya sa stomach, no? Nagkaroon na siya ng chyme. And then, pupunta na siya sa small intestine. Yung small intestine natin, siya yung pinaka-principal site ng digestion. So, pag nandun na siya, dun na magsisimula yung digestion processes. Because it means breakdown of large organic molecules into smaller, simpler, soluble molecules. Natunaw na eh. Na-breakdown mo na yung mga malalaking molecules. So, this time, sa digestion, yung mga malalaking na-breakdown na organic molecules, mas paliliitin pa niya. Mas aalisin pa niya yung mga complex molecules para maging soluble one. Tandaan, kailangan soluble siya. Kasi, tanging soluble molecules lang ang maa-absorb ng cell. Okay? So, that's digestion. Tulong-tulong yung mga different glands ng digestive organs natin para sa digestion. Okay, nandyan si pancreas, si gallbladder, si liver, etc. And then, ayan na, pag okay na siya sa ating small intestine, nakuha na natin yung soluble molecules, naging simpler na siya and smaller, that's the time na pag nagkaroon na ng soluble molecules, i-uptake naman na siya. Meaning, i-absorb na siya, yung soluble molecules na yun. Okay, so sisip-sipin na siya para magamit. Yung pag-uptake ng soluble molecules na yun sa ating tissues, no, into different parts of the bodies are called absorption. So, nakita natin kanina yung villi, di ba, sa small intestine. So, yun yung tumutulong para ma-absorb yung mga soluble molecules natin. So, ang process kung saan ina-absorb natin or uptake of soluble molecules is called absorption. After absorption, syempre na-absorb na, what's next? E di gagamitin na siya ng katawan natin. So, padadaanin na siya. So, kung napunta na siya sa villi, dadali na siya ngayon sa ating bloodstream through red blood cells, and then yung red blood cells umiikot na sa ating buong katawan. So, susuplayan na niya ng nutrients yung katawan natin. So, that's the time that you make use of the absorbed materials. Ginagamit na. Ang tawag doon, assimilation. Kasi ginagamit mo na. You're making use. Then, digestion. Digestion means removal of undigested food materials from the body. Sometimes, it's also known as defecation. Ay, yung pagpupo. Okay? So, nandito na yung function ni excretory system. Ayan. Kasi tutulungan niyang maglabas ng wisong ating digestive organs. So, tandaan, ang nire-remove lang ay yung undigested food. Hindi pwedeng digested food, or else pag nangyari yun, may LBM ka. 'Di ba? Hindi pwedeng yung mga dinadigest sa pagkain ang lumalabas kasi walang i-absorb, walang magagamit yung katawan. So, dapat yung undigested food materials. And it's in the process of digestion. Okay, so that's the 5 digestion processes na nakikita din natin dun sa video. Okay? Now, these are the digestive parts and functions. So, let's start with this. Mouth. Ayan yung mouth natin. It breaks down food into small pieces and mixes with saliva. Saan nanggagaling yung saliva? Doon sa mga yellow portion, ang tawag dyan salivary glands. Okay? Next, yung long tube is esophagus, is a muscular tube down which food travels from mouth to the stomach. So, siya yung daan para bumaba yung bolus. Then, doon nagkakaroon ng peristalsis or movement. Okay, yung muscles. Next, so mapupunta siya sa J-shape organ natin na ang tawag ay stomach. The stomach secretes juices that gets digestion underway. And then, tutulungan, kung mapupunta na siya doon sa small intestine, tutulong si pancreas. Si pancreas naman, siya yung nagsisikit ng enzyme into small intestine para tumulong mag-breakdown ng carbohydrates. Next, pag nandun na siya kay small intestine, dun matagal yung ating digestion. Okay? Para magkaroon ng absorption and assimilation. So, matagal dun yung nai-imbak. Okay? So, principal site of digestion is in the small intestine. Next. So, tutulungan, ayan, kung natapos na yung function ni small intestine, yung mga water at yung mga hindi na masyadong kailangan ng small intestine ay dadaan kay large intestine. Ang main function ni large intestine ay mag-absorb ng water. Okay? Kaya mahalaga na umiinom tayo ng water kasi kung hindi, mahihirapan yung katawan natin. So, si small intestine, large intestine, they go together, okay? And tutulungan siya ng pancreas as well as ng liver and ng gallbladder para matunaw ng husto at makuha natin yung mga soluble molecules na kailangan needed for the absorption and assimilation. So, si liver, okay, siya yung nagpo-produce ng bile and processes nutrients obtained from food. So, kung masyadong marami yung mga fats sa kinakain natin, mahihirapan si liver kasi maglalabas sa maraming bile para tumulong na magtunaw ng fats. Okay? And then, may hirapan din si gallbladder kasi si gallbladder ang magtatabi ng ginawang bile ni liver. Okay? Siya din yung maglalabas. So, storage and release of the bile made by the liver is the function of gallbladder. Next. Ayan. So, pag natapos na yung silbi ni large intestine, absorb na niya yung water, maiimbak yung undigested food materials or mostly waste na sa ating rectum. Okay? Pag napuno na yon, bubukas na si anus para magkaroon ng digestion process. Okay? Meron tayo dito yung parang maliit na nakatusok dun sa color red na arrow. Ang tawag dun ay appendix. Okay? Sabi dun sa ibang book na nabasa ko, appendix is storage of good bacteria. Okay? So, yun yung function niya for the storage of good bacteria. Yung iba naman, wala daw silbi, yung accessory part lang daw siya. So, ayun, okay lang kung matanggal. Yun yung sabi. Okay? So, try natin sagutan to. Ano kaya to? Ano yan? Okay, correct. Mouth. Ayan, di nakita yung mouth. Next, ano yan? Correct, esophagus. Next. That is liver. Next. This is gallbladder. Next. This is stomach. Next. Pancreas. Next. Small intestine. Followed by large intestine. Followed by appendix. Followed by rectum. Followed by the anus. Okay? Next, eto na. So, meron tayong tatlong sphincter. Mula dun sa esophagus, tapos dun sa stomach, may sphincter. Sphincter yung nagpe-prevent ng backflow. Okay? Para hindi na bumalik yung kinain natin. So, ang tawag doon sa esophagus and stomach na sphincter sa pagitan nun ay esophageal sphincter. Okay? And then, yung nasa pagitan naman ng stomach, bago mag-small intestine, may harang ulit. Ang tawag doon pyloric sphincter. Okay? So, ang kinokontrol naman ni pyloric sphincter ay to control the flow of chyme into the small intestine. Okay? So, pag hindi pa kailangan pumunta kay small intestine, magsasara lang si pyloric sphincter. Okay? Pag okay na, bubukas yun, pupunta na siya kay small intestine, kay large intestine. Ayan. And then, pag hindi na kailangan yung ibang undigested food, kay rectum siya may imbak. And then, bago yung bumukas si anus, may sphincter ulit. Ang tawag doon, anal sphincter. Okay? It regulates the flow of feces. Kapag bata ka pa lang, bago mag 2 years old, hindi ka pa pwedeng i-toilet train kasi uncontrollable pa yung anal sphincter. Kaya pupo ng pupo yung baby, magda-diaper or lampin lang, di ba? Pero pagdating ng 3 years old pataas, natitrain na sila kasi yung anal sphincter nila, kaya na nilang kontrolin. Pero bumabalik ulit yung pag-loose nun, yung pagluwag nun, pag matanda na. Kaya wag tayong magtataka kung si lolo, si lola, nagpupupo na kaya kailangan mag-adult diaper kasi nga si anal sphincter mo naglulus o lumuluwag. Okay? So, hindi niya na nare-regulate yung flow ng feces kaya tuloy-tuloy lang yung pagpupo. Okay? Okay, next. So, let us recall again the different parts and functions of our digestive organs. So, let's start with the anus. Alphabetical to. Anus, it's the opening at the end of digestive system from which feces exit the body. Okay, so yun yung butas sa pinakang last part ng ating digestive system. Sabi nga natin, we have complete digestive system. The first opening is the mouth, the second one sa end na is the anus. Next, appendix. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na yung ibang books ang sabi, walang masyadong silbi si appendix, while some other books says that it is a site of good bacteria. So, what's appendix? Appendix is a small sac located near the start of the large intestine. So, malapit siya dun sa unang bahagi ng large intestine. Andun siya. Pag, minsan pumuputok yon, tinatanggal. Okay? Kasi, pwede tayong malason. So, appendectomy. Yung pagtanggal ng appendix. Pag namamaga naman, appendicitis. Okay? Next, esophagus. It's a long tube between mouth and the stomach. Okay, so yun yung mahabang daluyan ng food natin or ng bolus. It uses rhythmic muscle movement called peristalsis. Yun yung sabi ko kaninang muscle movement, yung contraction niya, tumutulong para bumaba yung bolus. Okay? Pino-force niya yung food from the throat to the stomach kasi yun dun siya dapat mapupunta sa stomach. Okay? Next, by the way, kapag hindi maayos na nagsara si esophageal sphincter, yung mga pagkain or chyme na nasa stomach na may acid na, pwedeng mag-backflow, babalik, dadan ulit kay esophagus. So, masakit yun, mahapde, kasi may acid na no? So, ang sakit na tawag doon ay GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease. So, ako meron akong ganun kasi maluwag yung aking sphincter, yung esophageal sphincter. So, backflow yung food. Di ba pag nasa stomach na siya, may mga acid na siya, so parang suka yung dating, mahapde. Okay? Dumudugo yung esophagus ko. Lalabas siya sa mouth. Okay? So, isa siyang disease. Okay, next, gallbladder. It's a small sac-like organ located by the duodenum. Duodenum is the first part of the small intestine. Okay, mamaya makikita niyo yung parts nun. The main function of gallbladder is to store and release bile. Okay, ano ba yung bile? Yun yung digestive chemical, yung color yellow na nakita nyo dun sa video nung baby kanina. So, pinoproduce yun ng liver. Okay? Pero, ang taga-tago at taga-release ay si gallbladder. Okay? Papunta saan? Sa small intestine. So, large intestine. It's a long, wide tube that food goes through after it goes through the small intestine. So, after ni small intestine, diretso kay large intestine. May tatlong parts yan. Ascending, yun yung patayo. Ascending colon, yung horizontal o pahiga is transverse colon, and then pababa is descending colon. So, ganun yung pathway ng ating chyme. Patayo, pahiga, pababa. Ayan, hanggang sa mapunta na siya sa rectum. Okay? Colon ang tawag sa sections ng large intestine. Okay? Kaya nga may naririting colon cancer. Yung iba nagtatakasan yun. Sa large intestine yun. Okay? Liver, a large organ located above and in front of the stomach. Okay? It filters toxin from the blood. Napakadami ng function ng liver. It filters toxin, makes the bile. Para saan yung bile? Para mantunaw ng fats and some blood proteins. It processes nutrients and maintains homeostasis. So, yung mga iniinom natin, kinakain natin, kung hindi yan healthy, hirap na hirap si liver. Kasi ang dami niyang i-filter na toxin, ang dami niyang gagawing bile para matunay yung mga fats, mga proteins na sobra-sobra. Yan. Tapos may hirapan din siya pag masyado na maraming iniinom na gamot. Kasi siya yung nagpa-process ng nutrients eh. So, labas siya ng labas ng bile. Diba? And then, liver also maintains homeostasis. It means balance in our body. Okay, kala mo, mainit. So, si liver yung bahala para mag-cool down yun. Tapos, kung tayo naman ay another example ng homeostasis, kung nag-chill naman tayo, so, paiinitin ang katawan natin, yung sarili natin, yun yung homeostasis. So, si liver ang may main function for maintaining the balance in our body. Okay? So, kapag masyado na yung hirap, no, pwede tayo magkaroon ng liver cirrhosis, yun yung scarring, okay? Pag nagkasugat yung liver, pag pinakamalala niyan is yung liver cancer, okay? Natatransplantan ba ang liver? May inaririnig ako ganun ng liver transplant, no? Kakaroon ng liver donor. Ayan. So, ingatan natin yung liver. Okay? Next, mouth. First part of the digestive system where food enters the body. So, yun yung unang butas. So, chewing or mastication with the salivary enzymes in the mouth are the beginning of digestive process. So, doon nagsisimula yung physical and chemical digestion kasi binibreakdown niya yung food. Pancreas, an enzyme-producing gland located below the stomach and above the intestine. So, dun siya nakalocate. Enzymes from the pancreas help in digestion of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. So, yun ang function ni pancreas. Okay? Pag sira ang pancreas natin o mahina, remember, ang carbohydrates, ang smallest molecule niya or final form niya ay glucose, which is sugar. So, kapag mahina si pancreas, okay, pwedeng tumaas yung sugar or yung insulin natin affected. So, magkakaroon tayo ng diabetes. Ayan. So, yung pancreas din ang tumutulong kay liver magtunaw ng fats and other proteins. Ayan. Magkaka-teammate kasi sila. Next, rectum, lower part of the large intestine where feces are stored before they are excreted from the body. So, imbakan siya ng feces. And then, small intestine, it's the principal or main site of digestion. Sabi ko na yun kanina, it's a long, thin, winding tube. Kaya nga siya small na thin pa. Hindi tulad ng large intestine, long. Okay? Long, thick, winding tube. Long, thin, winding tube that food goes through after it leaves the stomach. So, pag natapos kay stomach, mapupunta yung chyme kay small intestine. Ayan. Then, yun yung main site of digestion kasi nagkakaroon ng absorption of nutrients. May 3 parts yan. Duodenum, first part, middle part, jejunum, last part, ileum, bago pumunta kay large intestine na meron din 3 parts. Ayan, eto na. Stomach muna tayo. Stomach is a sac-like, yung parang letter J shape, is a muscular organ that is attached to the esophagus. So, magkakabit si esophagus siya kay stomach. When food enters the stomach, it is churned into acid bath. So, sabi ko kanina, pag naka-stomach na siya, yung bolus magiging chyme in a process called churning. So, paikot-ikot siya doon, churning. Okay? Isipin nyo, churning, turning. Okay? Churning. Acid bath kasi punong-puno ng hydrochloric acid yung ating stomach. Okay? So, kung makikita nyo, ito ang anatomy ng ating small intestine. Ito si jejunum, yung yellow part, first part. Jejunum, blue part, second part yon, and ileum, last part. Then, pagdating naman kay intestine, ito na si appendix, so yung parang bulate dun sa dulo. Okay, yung patayong portion ng large intestine, ang tawag doon ascending colon. Yung nasa babang part niya na mataba, okay, part ng ascending colon is cecum. Okay? So, anyway, ascending colon, and then yung pahiga, transverse colon, and then yung pababa is descending colon. Yung portion na malapit sa rectum na part ng descending colon is what we call sigmoid colon. Doon nagkakaroon ng colon cancer. Okay? Kasi, bakit? Kasi malapit na siya sa rectum, di ba imbakan ng feces yun? Marami na yung dun bacteria. So, pag masyado madumi mga kinakain natin, prone siya sa ganun. Okay? So, dapat magaganda at masustansya kinakain natin para hindi pamugaran na mga kung ano-anong mga bad bacteria na makakasama sa ating colon. So, dapat lagi tayong umiinom ng panlinis ng colon. Okay? So, that's it. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na hindi naman apple yung kinakain ng katawan, 'di ba? I-break down yan into molecules. So, meron tayong from complex to simplest form. So, yung mga example, rice, source siya ng carbohydrates. Pero yung carbohydrates, complex pa yan, malaki pa yan. dapat maging final form. Simplest form niya is glucose or sugar. Yun na yung sisipsipin ng katawan. Proteins, nakukuha sa mga karne. Ayan, sa mga fish. Hindi naman yung fish yung kinakain ng cell eh. 'Di ba? So, i-breakdown niya yan para maging protein. Pero yung protein na yun, malaki pa yun. Kailangan simplest form. Ang final form nun ay amino acid. Yun na ang ina-absorb ng katawan. Next, fats. 'Di ba? Hindi naman yan yung kailangan ng katawan natin. Kailangan simplest form, fatty acids. Yan. Yang mga yan, glucose, amino acid, fatty acids, yan yung ina-absorb ng katawan. Sila na yung soluble molecules. Okay, next naman natin. Ayan. So, makikita natin yung part ng stomach, no? Yung mga kulubot-kulubot na nakikita natin, ang tawag dyan ay rugae. Yung nasa taas na sphincter is esophageal sphincter. Yung nasa baba, ayan, ang tawag dun ay pyloric sphincter. So, habang nagkakaroon ng contraction dyan, nandyan na si chyme, paikot-ikot siya kasama yung hydrochloric acid and pepsin. So, dun na yung churning na nagaganap. Churning, mixing, turning ng chyme with the acids. Okay? Kaya nga, pag bumalik yan sa ating lalamunan at sinuka natin, suka ang kalalabasan. Mapait-pait na maasim-asim. No? Okay, next. Ito naman yung ating liver. Ang role ng liver, maintain metabolic homeostasis, process nutrients and vitamins, detoxify sa blood, production of bile. Pag uminom tayo ng glutathione na capsule, hindi niya main function ang magpaputi. Okay? Dinidetox niya ang ating katawan via the liver. Okay? Ang secondary effect niya, puputi tayo kasi nga na-detoxify yung ating blood. Okay? So, ayun yun. So, ano lang yung placebo effect ang tawag doon, no? Kaya pag bumili tayo ng glutathione, basahin natin, ang nakalagay talaga doon, hindi pampaputi. Nakalagay doon, detox. Okay? Next, ito naman yung pancreas natin, yung color yellow. So, yung mga juice na nilalabas ng pancreas ay bicarbonate and digestive enzyme na amylase, lipase, protease. Ang amylase ay isang digestive enzyme ng pancreas na magtutunaw ng carbohydrates para maging sugar. Si lipase naman nang tutunaw siya ng fats para maging fatty acids. Si protease naman, magtutunaw siya ng protein para maging amino acids. Ayun, 'di ba? Kaya napakahalaga ni pancreas. Next, etong si gallbladder natin, ayan, yung color green, siya naman yung nag-i-store at nag-release ng bile na ginawa ni liver. So, siya yung imbakan, kay storage. Ito yung ating large intestine. Okay? Yung mga partitions siya ay tinatawag na colon. So, cecum yung pinakamatamang portion ng ascending colon. And then, ascending colon, transverse pahiga, descending pababa. Then, si sigmoid yung parang letter J bago mag-rectum. Main function, mag-absorb ng water and solutes. Sample, fatty acids. Okay? Siya na din yung nagpo-form at magko-concentrate ng stool. So, yun yung ginagawang major function ni large intestine. Okay? Then, ito na yung anal sphincter natin. So, paglalabas na sa anus or sa butas, si anal sphincter ay luluwag para bumaba yung stool kay rectum para maging feces. Pag nilabas mo na, feces na siya. Ayan, naulit lang yung kanina. Carbohydrates, glucose, proteins, amino acid, fats, fatty acids. So, let's now answer your activity. So, lalagay nyo lang dyan kung ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, egestion. Then, body system involved, star, pag-digestive, respiratory, moon, heart, circulatory, excretory circle. So, let's try. So, number 1, ingestion yan. Kasi food is broken down into smaller pieces with the help of saliva, teeth, and tongue. Body system involved, digestive. Next, pag nilunok mo na yung food, gamit yung tongue, tas may kasamang saliva, na-push ng esophagus, nagkaroon ng peristalsis or muscle contraction. Tapos, yung food habang bumababa siya, nagko-contract siya sa lalamunan natin. Siyempre, kailangan natin oxygen. 'Di ba? Sabi nga natin, pag kumakain ka, uy, hinga-hinga din pag may time. 'Di ba? Kasi baka mabulunan. So, habang nangyayari yung ingestion, nandyan tumutulong yung oxygen para mag-function ng maayos yung ating digestive process. So, naka-team up si digestive system, also kay respiratory system. Okay? Kaya kailangan natin ng oxygen. Next, as food enters into the stomach, it mixes with food and liquid with digestive juices. So, ang tawag doon ay churning. So, yung bolus natin naging kaim na sa stomach. The digestive juices and enzyme break down the food and prepare to provide our body with energy. So, this time, digestion na yan. Kasi nasa stomach going to small intestine na. So, ang system involved natin ay digestive system. Okay? Next, when food moves into the small intestine, it absorbs most of the nutrients. So, absorption na yan. Ang ka-teammate niya ay digestive and circulatory. Bakit? Kasi pag yung inabsorb mong nutrients, dadaan na siya sa bloodstream natin eh. So, sa circulatory system na yung bahala dun. Okay? Next, number 8. These nutrients are then assimilated, ginagamit, okay, ng bawat cells ng ating body in the form of energy. So, assimilation na yan. Ang ka-teammate niya ay digestive circulatory. Ganun pa din. Badaan pa din siya sa bloodstream eh. Next, undigested food enters your large intestine from your small intestine. It reabsorbs water and is used in digestion and eliminates undigested food and fiber. Causes food waste product which is then removed from the body. Tandaan, ang kailangan lang ma-remove ay yung undigested food kasama ng fiber. Tandaan, ang fiber, kinakain natin yan. May mga sources tayo niyan tulad ng gulay, di ba? May mga portions yung gulay na hindi naman natutunaw sa katawan. So, fiber source yun. Fiber enrich. Nililinis na yung ating intestine para tanggal lahat ng mga kailangan. Okay? It aids in digestion. So, digestion ang process nun. Digestive process. Ang ating ka-teammate dyan ay digestive and excretory system. So, I hope you learned something from our lesson today. If you have questions, feel free to chat your teacher. So, have a nice day and goodbye.